Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So today on Japanese Twitter, I saw one of the top arena players in JP make a list of weapons for arena PvP that have the cooldown Haste passive, and I thought it would be fun to make some charts out of it and talk about what we can observe. Maybe folks can discover a weapon in their account they haven't used and use it to improve their team, or possibly try a costume or team based on their weapon selection. My recent love of Lavania grew out of my good fist selection. The person who made this list is Twitter only, so my policy is to not reveal their identity. I only do that for YouTubers. But their credentials include 19 in the Arena Showdown, and 3 in the Aces of the Arena, so if they are pointing this stuff out, we might want to pay attention. But a warning up front, take all this with a grain of salt because JP and Global have different metas. I'm being sarcastic, of course. JP and Global are on the exact same release schedule with no region exclusives, so everything I show here is also available and performs the same as in Global. But yes, let's turn to the weapons. They will be in tables by type that are then divided up by element. These are mostly going to be best as secondary weapons, but the Dark Memory weapons we could certainly use as primary weapons if our build called for big slow damage on weapon skills. And then, some weapons have a red highlight. That is to show that they have the element boon passive, and the element haste element boon combination is a fantastic one for arena. The more of these we have, the better, and ideally we would use like a short sword on a short sword user, but that double passive is good enough that we can put it on anyone. First are short swords. They have a lot of nice options. Along with fists, they have arguably the best weapon selection in the game now, which is very different from last year. The water short swords from 2B and Anniversary Marie are notable because although they don't have the element boon, they have other passives to raise like attack or other damage, so they almost get a red highlight. The fire, light, and dark short swords have good HP, so they could be interesting choices for support characters. Moving on to great swords, the fire ones are attractive because they have terrific synergy with the Blackhorn weapon. Water is very strong now, however, so that is something to keep an eye out for. Anniversary Alkeha's Dark Greatsword is interesting because it has both Haste and Fleetfoot. That could be useful depending on our builds. And then there are guns. Wind doesn't have a gun with that magic Haste boon combo, but they have so many other great guns for arena that I don't miss it. The all-white light gun also has nice HP, so that could be good for support characters, again, like Bloody Griff or Anniversary Demas. And then there are staves, which mostly fall into that good for support units category. The person I'm referencing blames the Blackhorn staff for being too good, so maybe that's the reason they scaled back the power level and everything else. Spears are very lacking, but the more time goes on, the more I appreciate Sino-Alice Noel's Fire Spear. And then if they ever release a Water Spear with the Element Boon and Haste, that will be super duper powerful. And anyone doing a defense-scaled damage build could do a lot worse than using the 2 Dark Memory Spears as secondary weapons. And then last we have the Fists, who along with the Short Swords have the best selection. The Lone Water Fist without a red highlight does defense scale damage, and it's not terribly slow, so maybe it could be usable as a primary weapon. Okay, maybe no earth-shattering new information here. But perhaps seeing it laid out like this can give us ideas for who we can use, or maybe open our eyes to weapons that we haven't considered before. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.